All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick's on the Power. So I've got an interesting video topic for you guys today. So this topic was actually inspired by all the messages I got from fans shortly after Phil Heath appeared on WWE's Monday Night Raw earlier this week. Now, a lot of fans were messaging me and asking if I thought that Phil Heath could have a career in professional wrestling, if I thought Phil Heath could be a good character to be added to that show. And I thought, okay, that might be a good video topic. But then to make things even more interesting, after I got all those messages, people were sending me screenshots of Phil Heath commenting that he would be interested in working with the WWE when people were asking him in the comment section. So I found that very interesting. So this guy commented, would you consider the WWE going forward? And Phil Heath replied to this guy's comment and said, I would definitely entertain it. And then after that, Phil Heath actually posted a story on his Instagram story, which was a picture of the WWE private jet with a caption that ended in, is this a sign that I should ... Obviously leaving a lot of speculation up to the fans there. So on Monday Night Raw, Phil Heath would go on to do a segment where he would talk a little bit about being Mr. Olympia, kind of give an introduction to who he is to the WWE audience. And then he had a little segment there with apparently his friend, Mojo Rawley, who's also from Colorado. Mojo Rawley, former member of the Hype Bros tag team. So personally, I think it's always very cool to see a bodybuilder, especially a Mr. Olympia, crossing over into the mainstream like this. You know, the WWE is about as big as it can get in sports entertainment. And if Phil Heath were to entertain the idea of somehow joining the WWE or participating to some extent, maybe not as a wrestler, they've got plenty of characters that are managers or just kind of, henchmen or whatever, even if he didn't actually wrestle, which I'm not saying he couldn't because he was a Division I college athlete. So there's very, high probability he could learn to actually wrestle. But there would be a lot of options for a guy like Phil Heath besides just being an actual main roster talent. And certainly a lot of options besides, forcing him to travel 365 days a year. He could make, certain appearances. And it certainly wouldn't be the first time this has happened. Phil Heath actually did appear on TNA in a segment with the Bromance tag team about 4 years ago. And of course, throughout wrestling history, there have been many bodybuilders that transitioned over to wrestling. In fact, Sting and Ultimate Warrior were both bodybuilders before they became pro wrestlers. And of course, you had Akeem Albrecht, whose wrestling alias was Brackus. He wrestled with the WWF, and he was actually a top 10 Olympian at one point. So it wouldn't really be that far out of the realm of possibility for Phil Heath to actually do something like this. I think it would be very cool because in an interview recently, I saw Phil Heath say that he kind of has been playing the heel as a bodybuilder. Ever since Generation Iron kind of painted this picture of him as being the bad guy, Phil Heath kind of embraced that role, and he took on the role of a bodybuilding heel. And it really worked for him because he did exactly what you would do in pro wrestling. If you're a heel in pro wrestling, the goal is to get a reaction from the fans. So whether you like or dislike Phil Heath, he always gets a reaction from the fans. And that's a good thing for Phil. Whether it's talking about his gut or talking about the fact that he's a 7-time champion, one of the greatest of all time, the fans always talk about Phil Heath after the Olympia. He's always the main topic of conversation, whether it's good or bad. And that's what you want from a bad guy in wrestling. You want a reaction from the crowd. Specifically, if you were a heel, you would want a negative reaction, which Phil Heath has also done a very good job of doing up to this point. And we also know from the comment sections of my videos that Vincent Kennedy McMahon has a habit of offering these pro bodybuilders WWE contracts. So it might just happen. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Phil Heath could have some kind of role in the WWE in the future? So let me know. Thank you guys for watching the video, and please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.